Hello, this is Sandy, and I'm back at the machine, and I'm still working on the Easter basket. I was able to this morning sew up the sides of the Easter basket so it's together. So now you get a better picture. It's such a cute little Easter bunny. And I've got the handle attached, but I'm going to put, I think, a button and secure it to the side at the bottom because I only sewed across here on both sides. And so as I was playing around with the basket and reading through the instructions, make sure I didn't miss anything. And I might have shown you what I was thinking of doing. There's 3 sets of instructions that I recall, maybe 4 documents to print out. And I reviewed the read me first part, which is good to review since it goes over things you should keep in mind when you're doing it, things you might have to go back to do. It just gives further instructions on certain things. And so I read that first. Then I read the second set of instructions, which is actually using the 5x7 instructions to do the large hooping for this project. This is the large basket. And then last night I was looking at the third set, which was this one, which is the feet and the Happy Easter sign. So these are the front feet, these are the back feet, and some people just put them out just to kind of have fun with Easter and show that the bunny's been there, I guess. But I was looking at this hoop, this basket, thinking something's off, and then I thought, well, maybe I should put some feet on there. And so that's what I worked on. And I went back to the first part of these instructions, and there's different size feet. So I thought I'd have to make the largest foot, being as though I've got the largest basket, but these aren't made really to go with each other. So then I started looking at the back foot measurements, because I feel like if his arms were reaching out to us, his feet would be up. And so I'm not going to use the big hoop, because those are as big as 9 inches on one side, 9 by 5.75, and the 8 by 12 hoop's even bigger. So you can get some pretty big bunny feet out of these designs if you wanted. I used the 4x4 hoop, which means it's going to be 3 by 4.5, and I actually did one already. So I figured I would just put it like that. I don't know whether I'm going to hand sew it or what, but doesn't that look cute? I know it's big, but he's a big bunny, and I didn't want to go too small, so this is the size I'm going with. And I probably should have picked a different pad color, but I like that pink. I really like it, so I'm just sticking with it, doing the monotone thing. So I'm following the directions once again. I've got the foot in the embroidery machine. I've got my 4x4 hoop ready for the second one. In fact, I hooped the water-soluble stabilizer. I did the placement line. I laid down the foam. I stitched it down, cut around it, and then laid down the fluffy fabric for the foot, taped it down, put some water-soluble on top, and then did the running stitch around to hold that down. So now, actually, after I did that, hold on. I think I'm doing something wrong, but I can always do it again. Yeah, I think I did it wrong this time because I was hurrying up to get to this video. But there's a fabric on the back, and after it does this top stitching, then it will tell me to apply the fabric on the back. And I think I already did that because I messed up. Well, I'm going to do this next part, which is just stitching out the pad of the foot, and that takes 8 minutes. So after that's done, then I'll turn it over and I'll put the fabric on the back, which I'm not using the fluffy stuff because this foot just goes up against the basket. So I'm just using some white fabric that I have. fact, let me see if I can speed that up. I don't think it'll go much faster, but we'll see. A little bit. Cute. I still have to go around this whole basket and get rid of all that water soluble little ends from where I cut it off. Yeah, this is the longest part of the whole little foot process, just these pads. And out of the whole pad stitching, this part is the longer part, because it's got a bigger area to cover. Wasn't sure if I should share this video. If it would be a big deal. No, but it is cute. It will be cute with the big flopping feet on there. And if you end up getting this, I make nothing out of this, out of saying this, but if you end up wanting to do this and getting the design from them, you could choose whatever size you want to do basket-wise, or whatever feet you want, but the smallest foot probably wouldn't fit on the smallest basket. They're way too big. The feet are way too big, unless you can shrink it down in your machine, which is always a possibility. I knew when I made this size foot that there was a chance I may not like the size on the side of the basket, but I just think it's so cute. It seems like, you know, the size and perspective to the size of the head, to me, is just right. Yeah, so all we have to do is take the back fabric to the back, turn it back over, and stitch the place, the tack down stitch, and then trim away that fabric, put it back in the hoop, and do the last round of satin stitches around the outside. So we're very close to being done already on this. And I heard of the bobbin snag again. See, it only does that once in a while. I may not speed this one up because I don't think the video is going to be that long anyway, so if you want to fast forward on this, just feel free. messed up twice. And, well, it was actually, the tape didn't adhere good enough. Oh, I heard something get caught. It's probably because it's getting down to the end of the bobbin. Definitely will change the bobbin this time. Just going to trim off the jump stitches. I don't know why they didn't do that, but they did a lot digitizing, so I'm not complaining. Usually they do. Okay, now we turn it over. See, I already put this down. And put it on there again. I thought I was cutting out a step. I'm going to make it faster. I am getting kind of tired of doing the bunny, even though it's really cute. By the time I'm done with this, I'll be wanting to do something else. I'm just taping it to the back. That's boring. You don't want to see that, right? Okay, so hopefully it will hold. Oh, I'm going to go ahead and change this. Because we still got to get through all of that satin stitching around the outside of the foot after I flip it back. After I cut it and then put it in for the last time. So we've taped it. It's still taped down. Maybe I better double check that. Yep, everything looks good. It's all taped down still. I'm going to change this pink to be white because it's going to stitch around the foot. And then I'll trim it from the back. And when I put it back in the hoop again, it will be using the same color. Okay. So once again, this is the 4x4 hooping and the little foot that I chose, the PES file that I chose to go along with that. So this is the step. I'm just going to try and turn it over here since it's a small frame. Don't have to take it over to the table. I actually did this video a couple times already, so I'm repeating myself. Sorry. I messed up or something, or I found something out along the way, and then I'm like, oops, nope, redo. That happens all the time in YouTube land, and I'm sure the professional creators, they have to do it much more, or maybe they just edit out more. Hopefully you're seeing some of this. It's not a big deal. It's just cutting the fabric that I had taped down to the bottom from around the foot, and you just leave the foot, the hooping. You leave the fabric in the hoop. You just trim around it. You probably know that, but now that that's done, now I can go on to the last step, which is the fun stitching, satin stitching. Oh, it came out. Did I not thread it? I thought I did. Maybe I didn't. Okay, or maybe I didn't thread it. I'm going to go. Okay, now I'm back at the beginning. I might have got sidetracked because I had to change the bobbin. Really not that hard. 6 thread color changes. I probably messed myself up a little bit because I was doing 2 feet at a time, and then I stopped and said I should probably make a video of this because this will go with the Easter basket, and it's such a cute little feet. Big feet, really. It's making a beautiful satin stitch, as you can see, but then when it's done going around and doing that, it will quickly go around and do like this top stitch on top of it, and it looks really pretty. Like, let's see if you can see it on here. See how it's not just a satin stitch, and then I still have to go around all of this and wet it down and get rid of that water soluble. Same with the basket. Like I think I mentioned earlier, and I'm going to go ahead and pin the foot to the basket, getting ready for this second one to come along, to hop along. Few more minutes according to my screen. And if you use Floriani thread, the colors I'm using are 850 for the white and 106 for that peachy color. And the fabric I actually bought last year sometime. In the spring of last year, I was at Joann Fabrics, and I was going to make a table topper, a Designs by Juju. That's also on my list. So I bought all these beautiful springtime colors, and the polka dot pink was what I bought. I'm going to really miss them, but I don't always go there to buy fabric. Now that I have my local sewing shop, the sewing source in Lakeville, Illinois near me. They've got beautiful fabric. And while Joann's has nice fabric, the quilting fabric, I just didn't realize there was such a big difference between the quality of the two. But for in the hoop stuff, I'm finding the Joann stuff is okay that I have. I'm glad I bought a big stash. I felt so guilty when I bought the fabric because I had spent like, $200 on fabric, and it was just a yard of this, a yard of that. Well, now I don't feel guilty. They're not going to be open. I don't know. I thought I heard that somebody bought them out, but I don't know the whole story. There's the beautiful skipping. It's like a skipping stitch. It's just going in a circle, it looks like. Beautiful. So when it's done, I will pull it out of the hoop, trim around that water-soluble stabilizer, pull off the topping, the water-soluble topping, and pin it to the hoop, and then you can see what it looks like. Okay. Oh, this is pretty strong. I used a bunch of my scraps, water-soluble topping. I used a bunch of them, use them up, because a lot of times when you're doing stuff like this, you feel so guilty because so much goes in the garbage and it's so expensive. I touched my screen the wrong way, and guess what happened again? I'll just put those two together. Okay. And this is part of that is the water soluble topper, and part of it is that fuzzy stuff. So I'll do the rest later. And now I've got my foot. Here's the back side. I just used flat stuff, and then I put fur in the front. Let's see, if I go like this, so I can get it on there. Like that. I thought maybe I could do them both like this initially. That was my thought. Because there's his little head. There's his big feet. I think I like that. So I'll adhere that somehow. And I'll be done with my bag finally. Put the buttons on. So hopefully you like this. And give the video a like. Share with a friend. Make a comment. Subscribe. All that good stuff. So thanks for watching. Take care.